Hello everyone, I'm Amaliegha Makes, your favorite book publisher. So today we'll be talking about, or we'll be reading through Amaliegha Makes a New Friend. This book is written by Jan Pratt. Yeah, Janice Pratt. So we'll be reading through this book this week and we'll be starting today. Remember, we read through Nolan's Dream, the disabled boy, last week and last 2 weeks, and we have some questions that are still unanswered. Please, those people sending us answers, those answers you're sending are not the correct answers. You cannot browse to get the answer. You need to read the book. Visit nolanmonstersproduction.com and get a copy of the book to win the prize. nolanmonstersproduction.com. You can get the ebook. If you don't want to buy the hard copy, just get the ebook to win the prize. We'll be reading Amaliegha Makes a New Friend. I did not publish this book. I am just working with the author. So you can get a copy of this book at janpratt.com. janpratt.com. At the beginning of third grade, my teacher, Mr. Boyle, told us about the class's opportunity to get to know students in other countries. It was a pen pal program, and each student would get to send letters to a student in Ukraine. Before we were given the names of the students, we would write to Mr. Boyle's Before we were given the name of the student we will write to, Mr. Bowles thought it would be important to learn a bit about Ukraine. First, our class looked at where Ukraine was on the map. We studied a bit about what the country was like and learned that Ukraine is a very old country. People have lived there as far back as 32,000 BC. We learned that Ukraine is about the size of Texas and that about 42 million people lived there. Ukraine is right next to Russia, and there have been many disagreements and wars in their country. Now, Ukraine is a free and independent country. Their independence they held on August 24th, 1991. And their first presidential election was on December 1st, 1991. We also learned that Ukraine is a large country with many different kinds of landscapes, and that it is the second largest European country. Wow. In Ukraine, you can see the Carpathian Mountains on the west side and the Crimean Mountains on the south side. These mountains are only about 6,000 feet tall, about the same height as the Appalachian Mountains in the eastern part of the United States. Most of Ukraine is flat with rivers running through the land. In Ukraine, Mr. Boas said family and education are very important to the people who live there, and that they make many beautiful things by hand, like the Easter eggs called paisanki, clothes which they weave into many designs and lace. To Amaliegha, this all sounded wonderful, and she couldn't wait to ask her new pen pal so many questions about her country. So this is where we'll be stopping today. We'll continue the reading tomorrow to know about Amaliegha's new pen pal's friend and how the relationship developed, and if Amaliegha went to see her new pen pal friend in Ukraine, or if the pen pal friend came to the US to visit Amalia. So I think a lot will happen in this story because it's kind of a big storybook. And Amalia is a series. So this is Amalia Makes a New Friend, and there are other series of Amalia. This book um is 89 pages book. Yes, it's a 89 pages book, and trust me, you'll love it. So visit janepratt.com to get a copy of Amalia Makes a New Friend. I'm not going to read all the stories, so visit janepratt.com to get a copy. See you in my